So, there are some people in this world, English?
Yeah, I think so.
Some people in this world that come to this world and do a lot of things. They make buildings, they write songs, they write books. And when you measure their life, when you think about their life, you think about what they actually did. And there are some people in this world that are bigger than what they do. There's a difference between a person that's alive, a lebedik person, versus a person that Chas Hashem is already an after. A lebedik person, you see chayas. So bechitzoni is externally, just in the first moment after a person passes on, you mamish can't see the difference on the body. But if you look deeply, you'll see that the chayas of a person passes on. When we think about Rabbi Yisrael, there's Shiva that I was zeichet actually went a few years by him in Alatera. I think the one thing that comes to mind is labedikait. That Rabbi Yisrael was a person that was alive. He was a Chassidish Yid, and Chassidus ran through his veins. But he was a lebedik person. Of course, everyone knows that he was a huge Talmud Chacham. And it was also interesting the way he taught in yeshiva. Is that Yisrael was very interested in us harving to understand Pasha the Pshat in the Gemara and Rashi. Rashi in the Gemara, a little bit places maybe the Rashba. Wasn't one of the fancy Rosh Hashivas that today also they have no Later, very fancy Rosh Hashivas that say Ktsas and Baruch Ber, Shimon, I don't know what else they're learning today in yeshiva. And Yisrael never chazed so much on the Achronim. He wanted us to learn the Pshat in the Gemara, and he had a chayis in the Pshat. He was, in one level, he's a very simple Yid that you can relate to. He's always relatable. He was a big Amkin. He was a very deep person. He's a Chassid. He's a Yeshamayim Roiv. And he was a Lam. And the Chassidishkeit was that he was a person that was alive. And I think a live person, it's not so much what he does, what he did. Of course, he did those in the source, but it's not about what he does. But to see a person like Rabbi Yisrael is to see what it means to be a Levitic Chassid. So I think it's very kedai to think about this when we think of the Avdin, that to think about Rabbi Yisrael, and the Hayit and the Liba to think about in these terrible times that we're living through, that from so many Gedei Chassidei Chabad, the Rosh Hashivas, the Mashpiyim, Rabbanim, and sadly, very tragically, even young Shluchim passed away. We have to think about what does it mean to be Miskashim, what does it really mean to have Iskashis, to have Iskashis Chassidus, with an oifen in a way that the Rabbi Yisrael taught in a way that's lebedik, that the whole Yiddishkeit becomes lebedik. And I think that's the one of the takeaways I can think about when I think about Rabbi Yisrael. He was a person that was always alive. I remember we lived, when I was younger, I lived right across the street from Rabbi Yisrael. So I remember walking with him at nights, sometimes after Farrengen, it would be 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And he'd walk him home, and he was already vakulik hate, and we would finally get into his house. And I remember looking at my windows, face his window. I always used to see that his window was always open for a good half hour after he went into the house. Pasha was saying which we saw what it means to be a Chassidish Yid, a person that was alive and had chayas and lebedigkeit. So we should all learn what it means to be a hecherkeit, an edelkeit, and behudenkeit, to live a life that's really a higher life of real iskashus. Shkoyach.